Apple just dropped their new iPhone 17, 17 Pro, the slim and shiny iPhone Air, and new Apple Watches and AirPods in their September event. And honestly, I have a lot of thoughts. Some parts genuinely impressed me, and others left me wondering, was that it? So today, I'm going to break down everything that stood out for me, what I loved, what felt underwhelming, and whether these iPhones are worth your money. So let's start with the iPhone lineup. Apple introduced a completely new model called the iPhone Air. It's not the 17 Air, it's just the iPhone Air. It's replacing the iPhone 17 Plus. Apple wanted to make a crazy thin iPhone with just 5.6mm, and in that process, it made a lot of compromises. Its 6.5-inch display sitting in between the regular and max screen size. It has the same chip as the Pro phones, the A19 Pro. But everything else is a compromise. It has only one 48-megapixel camera. It is so thin that the battery life will be heavily impacted. Since it's super thin and densely packed, so it'll heat quicker, which will throttle the performance. Charging might be slower, which will also produce heat. Durability might be a concern too. So if someone wants to get this phone, it's plainly for how beautiful it looks. It frankly reminds me of iPhone 10 with shiny frame and glass back. I'll try to drop into Apple Store and try to get a feel of the device for sure. Next up, the regular iPhone 17. I would say the iPhone 17 is the star of the event personally. Finally, it got a 120Hz ProMotion display. I've been waiting for this for years, and honestly, it makes the base iPhone feel so much premium. They also improved the dual camera system, a 48-megapixel main lens plus ultra-wide, which is a solid bump for non-pro users. It even got an upgraded 18-megapixel front camera, which I will talk about shortly during the Pro lineup segment. The screen brightness, always on display, the thinner bezels are all like the Pro phones. And the best part, it's also got a price reduction, in a way. It still starts at $799, but now at 256 gigs. The iPhone 16 with 256 gigs would cost $899. If you compare the iPhone 17 with a 17 Pro, the only meaningful downgrade is the lack of a telephoto camera and some ProRes Pro-Raw camera features. For $300 less, I would happily take the 17 over 17 Pro. Which brings me to the iPhone 17 Pro and the Pro Max. Well, this is where my disappointment lies. In other words, Apple made the iPhone 17 phones such a high value for money phones. For $300 and $400 more, the iPhone 17 Pro offers very little for casual users. What's changed? Well, they went from a titanium body to an aluminum body in the name of heat dissipation, which the iPhone 17s also have. Camera bump on the back is also changed. Apple calls it a plateau now. It now comes only in 3 colors, and the orange looks too flashy and overbearing for me. Other than the love or hate small design changes, the only meaningful upgrade to the Pro phones are the cameras. The ultra-wide and the wide-angle lens are still the same with 48-megapixel cameras. What used to be a 12-megapixel 5x telephoto is now a 48-megapixel 4x telephoto, and all three are fusion cameras, meaning they can crop into the middle part of the sensor for an optical-like 2x zoom. It's digital crop, by the way, which means you still get a decent up to 8x zoom on the telephoto lens. I really like this upgrade though. 5x was too tight, 12 megapixel and small aperture meant worse photos than the main camera. Now that all three cameras will capture amazing photos without a doubt. If you want the best camera phone, I can already predict it'll be the iPhone 17 Pro. These are tried and tested sensors, and it should easily win over the other phones. The Pro phones now have real Pro features in terms of camera. like ProRes RAW video and Genlock. These are real professional use cases. It's incredible that a phone can capture and support these formats, but it's literally useless for a casual user. Think about it. Genlock is a way to make sure that multiple iPhone cameras capture videos in perfect sync so their footage line up without glitches. And that too with an adapter. How many users will buy multiple iPhones to freeze frames and sync video recording? The front camera also got an upgrade to 18 megapixel with center stage. It's a weird implementation though. You see, the sensor itself is a 24 megapixel square sensor. The iPhone crops it vertically to 18 megapixel for portrait shots and crops it horizontally to 18 megapixel for landscape shots. The advantage is you don't need to rotate your phone. But personally, I would have still been okay with me rotating the phone to get a landscape shot while giving us the full 24 megapixel to use. Nevertheless, it's still a decent upgrade from 16 series, so I'll take it. As I said, the main reason to go back to aluminum body is for better heat management. Not just that, they also included a vapor chamber, which Samsung had it for years. The advantage of these: iPhones can sustain heavy workloads for a longer period of time than before. And for normal workloads, the phone and battery won't heat up, which will also increase the battery life significantly. 39 hours on the Pro Max phones compared to 33 hours on the 16 Pro Max. In fact, Apple just compared the A19 Pro performance as 40% increase only to sustained workloads, which means if you put an A18 Pro chip on the A17 Pro Max body, the performance will still be mostly similar to A19 Pro. Anyway, better performance, better battery life. Why won't I take it? Okay, what's my overall take on the Pro phones? Well, I have the 16 Pro Max. The telephoto camera slightly entices me, but when I compare 16 Pro Max and 17 Pro Max side by side on Apple website, there is not even one feature which is meaningful upgrade for me. The days of yearly upgrade refreshers are over. People like me are gadget enthusiasts who are waiting to buy a new phone every year, even for a small enticing feature upgrade. But this year is the first year in terms of Pro phones where I don't see any value in upgrading. Great devices and great technology, which I'm happy will come to non-Pro phones next year. But the Pro phones this year are an incremental upgrade for me. It's already a long video, so I'll reserve my thoughts on the Apple Watch and the AirPods for a different video. But those are my thoughts. Now, I want to hear yours. Which product stood out to you the most? Would you actually upgrade to the iPhone 17 Pro Max just for the 8x zoom? Or the iPhone 17 is the overall winner this year? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And of course, if you enjoyed this breakdown, give the video a like and subscribe for more Apple and tech content. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. This is Anjana. Bye-bye.